Hey you guys, welcome back to Geek in the Closet. Today we are going to be looking at Revoltech's Leonardo figure. Now Leonardo comes in the box packaging similar to Michelangelo, except for the color of course. This one comes in blue and the artwork of Leonardo is on the side, and as you can see it's some of the poses that you can do with Leonardo together with the accessories and the 4 turtles available. Now these are the accessories that come together with Leonardo. As you can see on the top here is the shorts sheath right there. This is the longer version compared to this one. It is not a similar sheath right there. That is because the katanas that come together with it is of a different size as well. This is the short blade. Beautiful paint all together. Very nice on the handles and whatnot, and there's actually a peg right there to fit perfectly into his hands, which is fantastic. And right here is similarly painted as well, and there's a peg for this one too. What's great about this peg is basically compared to the Michelangelo's weapons, it's very difficult to actually be able to grip Michelangelo. It's very difficult to grip his weapons, but with Leonardo it will be fantastic. Other than that, of course, he comes with an alternate head. I love the fact that Revoltech actually gave a very anime-like facial expression of Leonardo right there, like, oh my god, you know, that's very cool. And what's better is it comes with pepperoni pizza. Oh my god, that's cool. So these are removable right there. As you can see, it's pegged. So it's going to be a little bit of a hassle to actually find the right peg if you guys were to remove them one by one. So I am not going to remove it because I am just too lazy to find the right pegs. Now similarly to Michelangelo, Leonardo comes together with this stand right there, except Michelangelo comes with this one-way street sign, which is, and it is actually taller compared to this one, and of course it requires minor assembly similarly to the Michelangelo stand right there. What you do is you just plug it in, no problem, and this is actually the peg which connects to Leonardo's shell right here, which allows him to do aerial movements similarly to Michelangelo. What's cool is that they provided 2 different heights right there so that you can actually have the turtles in mid-air, not at the same height. That's pretty cool right there. I love it. Now here's a look at Leonardo himself, and I must say this figure is definitely not a disappointing one. Oh my goodness. I am so happy that I managed to get this guy, because initially I didn't want to get all the turtles, but because I just wanted Michelangelo, but this guy is freaking cool and I'm not regretting it at all. Now Michelangelo, as you can see, comes with 2 straps around his chest right there. Fantastically done. Wonderful, awesome job right there. And to the back right here, there are actually 2 peg holes for his sheaths, his sword sheaths basically, and this is actually the peg hole. Similarly to Michelangelo, there are no pegs on his foot. Right there at the bottom of his foot, there are no peg holes, and then his face is different compared to Michelangelo, of course, and I love the fact that they painted him with a different kind of green, and I will be showing you compared to the Michelangelo's green after this. Similarly to the Michelangelo figure, he comes with his elbow pads and of course the bandage that goes around his wrist and his fingers too. Freaking cool. His eyes of course are articulated as well. Yeah. And yeah, that's freaking awesome. I love this. And his cloth right here is actually articulated. Freaking cool. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. Very nicely done. I love him. Woot. Now here's a look at Leonardo together with his weapons. It is sculpted in a way that his right hand is supposed to be gripping the long sword, while his left hand is only able to grip the short one. And it is because of the way the pegs are sculpted, so basically you can move them around, but the thing is, if you were to exchange the katanas for one another, you'd be able to see the pegs right there. And what's unfortunate for my Leonardo is that the sheaths that come together with it is very, very loose. As you can see, this is actually the keyhole, the key looking peg. This is the keyhole looking peg hole right there. And it's unfortunate that this is very loose. So I was trying to pose him around a lot, and it actually pops out very, very easily. However, for this one, this sheath is actually for the short katana. And this is actually shaped in a rectangular, squarish peg right there, and this one fits very well. So I may glue them in, but maybe not, probably not. So in terms of articulation, Leonardo has the same articulation as Michelangelo, and it is the typical Revoltech articulation, which are basically, they are using these joints, and it actually gives it a fantastic movement right there. So these joints are applied to his neck, his arm right here, his elbow, his fingers, his wrist. There is a joint on his waist right there, his leg, his knee, and his ankles right there. Now here's a look at Leonardo next to Michelangelo. There are distinctive differences between the two turtles in terms of color. Leonardo has a slightly green paint all over his body right there, while Michelangelo has a lighter green on his body. You can tell that the face sculpts are different as well. His face is sculpted in a smiling way, and he is more of a snarling look right there. Other than that, you can actually tell that the body sculpts are slightly different too, because the chips on Michelangelo's body and Leonardo are of different places right there. And on the shell, of course, it's different because Leonardo requires this sling right there for his swords. And in terms of height, you can tell that Michelangelo is just slightly shorter compared to Leonardo. I would have preferred Michelangelo to be a little bit more shorter, because I don't know, that's my perception of them anyway. Now overall, I must say that Leonardo is a fantastic figure to have. Now I really highly recommend him. The thing about these Revoltech TMNT figures is that once you get one, you are definitely tempted to get the whole set, and that is exactly what happened to me. I got Michelangelo first, and then holy crap, I decided to get Leonardo, and probably I will have to get the other two turtles as well. Well guys, that's it for my review. Thank you so much for watching once again. Please do not forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Peace!